Huzzah everybody, welcome to a Fallout video. Now remember, Fallout for Hope is still going on. St. Jude's charity streams that are going on all over the internet, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. If you can donate, go ahead and donate. If you can't, go enjoy the streams anyway and try and keep the numbers up and get people in and share around and have some fun. And let's see how much we can raise. We've raised a buttload already. But this build video is a little bit different because this weekend, for Fallout for Hope, I'm doing a giant game of Cluedo, so I thought I'd show you off the map that I built. Now, I've done 2 streams showing this off already, and here's the little board, and I had to use this as a little bit of a kind of a, and build my own. And what I came up with was this. Now, I had to merge some together, the library and the study, as you can see there, on the right, but I did manage to get everything in. I have the lounge, I have the billiards room, the hall where we begin, the ballroom, the dining room, the kitchen, which are nice and cool, the lib study, which is the library and study merged together, and then, of course, the conservatory, which I had no idea what a conservatory was and actually had to Google it. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I always thought a conservatory was just like something. I didn't know it was an actual part of your house that you built on that you could do weird stuff in, like store plants or have all this kind of stuff. I don't have a house with a conservatory on it, I'm not that posh. But you've got to be posh when you're playing Cluedo. So I managed to use the board and I managed to actually build this. And the way I built it is designed entirely around board movement. So as I take you in, you will probably understand what I mean. So I've got obviously Fallout for Hope up there, but some of you have probably noticed from the top-down view that the checkered board kind of goes all the way around and creates a path. Now, I put down the 6 people. There's 6 people in basic Cluedo, okay? Don't know the names, but there's 6 of them, 6 players to choose from. So I put all down the busts right there, so you can choose your player, which is pretty cool. And I use the mosaic floor as the actual step board that you can do. Now, I'm still reading up on the rules on Cluedo, so I'm not familiar with it. But as we take a divergence into the lounge from the hall, I had to guess. I was using pictures from the board and just my kind of basic idea of what a lounge would be. I'm thinking it's a place that, one person would be leant up against the fireplace, swilling some brandy or something like that while he tells a story about how he hiked through the Himalayas. Or, I don't know, it's the 20s. I'm trying to figure out what goes into this. I'm not familiar with the 20s. 40s, 50s, 60s and onwards, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. So maybe I need to go do some research. But the billiards room was pretty simple. The billiards room was like, what do you need? Well, you need a pool table, a billiards table, a place to sit so you can drink, and then we decided during the stream that a bar would go in there. Now, remember, it's all basic because we're building just a game board to play on. It doesn't have to be detailed. That's the cool thing about this. And it does eat up quite a bit of the budget. It eats up about 2/3 of the actual budget itself. Now, the ballroom was a little bit different. I'm familiar with church ballrooms. I'm not familiar with large grand house ballrooms or mansion ballrooms, apart from in the Addams Family movie where they have the mamushka. So I was kind of mixing and matching and trying to figure out, but I thought best thing to do would be to build it as symmetrical as possible, apart from the floorboards where I've done for an alternating directional pattern on the actual wood itself by flipping the boards 180. The dining room was the first room that I actually did, and I think it's the best, apart from the fact that it's got this god-awful carpet matching with the god-awful wallpaper. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. But it's funny, because there's posh people out there that, God forbid if one day they found themselves looking at some commoner on YouTube, they would be like, oh yes, my dining room looks exactly like that. The kitchen was pretty basic. I wanted to go for something very simple. If within like a day I can get up to level 25 on the scoreboard, I am going to replace one of those cookers with the first light ally, and she can, be cooking in the kitchen during the game, which would be pretty funny. But as we go out, and by the way, here's the cool thing: the doors that lead in and out of the rooms are identical to the ones on the board because the board game actually has doors that you can go in and out of, plus secret passages, which I'm trying to figure out how to implement into this. Like I said, still reading up on the rules. But the library study is a mixture of a library and a study. It makes perfect sense. There's bookshelves and an actual library section with some merged down tables that have books in them. We need proper bookshelves. We need proper, trust me, I want to yell at Bethesda for quite a lot of stuff recently. And then the conservatory was the fun kind of thing to try and figure out. It was actually the longest one to build, because I didn't know what a conservatory was. Yeah. So I just realised it's probably like a place they store plants, and then when I looked up at like mansion conservatories, it was like a bunch of plants and all this kind of stuff where you would sit and drink an iced tea and laugh at commoners. And then, of course, you come back to the start of the board. Now, like I said, still don't know how it's played, but by this weekend, on Saturday, I will know how it is played, and you can come along and you can watch it, and hopefully, if you can donate some money towards it while we have a couple of games of Cluedo. I want to have a bunch of fun doing this. And hey, I might keep the board and play more games of Cluedo further down the line. But apart from that, that's my little walkthrough of Cluedo. I hope you'll be here for it. I'll be over on Twitch, so come and check me out. That's twitch.tv/CaptainBeardy. There we go. It's been the thing down there. But apart from that, thanks for watching. You know the drill, like, and subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.